A blockbuster deal could be on the horizon between Boeing and Embraer. The U.S. aerospace giant says it's considering a potential combination with the Brazilian company. If it goes through, it would expand Boeing's reach into the highly competitive market for smaller jets. For more, Benedict Campbell, Bloomberg's global business managing editor, joins us on set here in Berlin. Are we talking about a full takeover here, Benny? Are we talking about a joint venture, something maybe the likes of which we saw with Airbus and Cessna? What are we thinking here?
Right, so that's the part we don't quite know about. The companies remain somewhat vague about it. They say we're discussing combinations. We're hearing this might be a joint venture only and not a full takeout. The reason for that being that obviously the Brazilian government is looking at this very keenly, and they're really the shareholder who matters. You saw the Embraer stock shoot up yesterday, so other investors are very excited about this deal, but the Brazilian government will want to take a very close look at this, and it might just be a little bit difficult for them to stomach a full takeover of one of their crown jewels. Embraer is also a very sizable military player in Brazil, so for a US company to be taking them over, that will be very difficult.
Benny, good morning. How would this round out Boeing's portfolio, and how much is this a response to what we've seen elsewhere in the industry in this size of aircraft?
It's a somewhat unusual deal for Boeing to entertain here because it would take them into the market of smaller planes. Embraer doesn't make the big wide-body jets. They make planes typically seating from maybe 35 to 130 people. So these smaller city hoppers that take you from, say, Berlin to London City, for example, and sort of regional jets. So this would be a new segment for them. It's a highly competitive segment. You have a couple of other players pushing into this market. There's a Russian player called Sukhoi with a Superjet. There's Mitsubishi that are trying to dabble in this space. We saw Airbus try its hand here, or they're trying their hand with the Bombardier deal, the C series. There's a lot of movement in that industry right now. So Boeing, probably reacting to what Airbus did, is trying to do something here themselves.
Yeah, I misspoke when I said Cessna. Of course, I meant Bombardier in the C series.
C series, yes.
But yeah, that's a hot story because Airbus is going to go in there and produce those in Alabama, I believe, and that way get around kind of a tariff. Is this almost kind of a strike back from Boeing at that Airbus move?
It feels that way. I mean, the choreography of when the talks might have started between Embraer and Boeing isn't quite clear. We don't know if they started before or whether Airbus jump-started the talks. It would seem the latter is the logical move because Boeing has been rather unhappy about the Airbus move. They feel that this strengthens Bombardier and the C series. They've said that this might jeopardize their smallest 737. So maybe this is a way for them to say, okay, if we can't push back that deal, we're going to try and protect that flank ourselves and get into that market as well.